Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Duckpin Magic. I'm Mike Sello, with me, Joe Rainier. And Joe, we're back here at Fairlanes, Pikesville, just outside of Baltimore City in Baltimore County, Maryland. And we've got the National Duckpin Youth Invitational once again.
Well, we're down to the final 4 girls, and we're going to crown a female champion very soon.
All right, we'll meet our bowlers, get our first match underway. Coming up right after this. Don't go away. Match number 1 features Martha Cifolilli and Melissa Wright, as this is the semifinals, Southern Division. Got the Northern Division coming up next. Amy Bisson and Jiffy Shipman, they'll be bowling each other, and the winner of these 2 matches will face off, Joe, for the championship of the girls bracket of the National Duckpin Youth Invitational Tournament.
Good ball. Strike. Well, Danny Schreiber started both his games that way last week and came out the champ. So
yep. Another shot of
nice and still, follow through. Now watch it start flipping. There it is. Ball start.
Melissa Wright steps in out of Baltimore. Melissa has a high game of 182, high set 445, bowls with a current average of 138.
And I would say that she is going to break both her high game and high set this year. She's averaging almost 420, Mike, and to have a high set only 25, 30 pins over your averages.
She is a student at the Baltimore International Culinary College.
She's going to be a cook. Three good balls, Mike. Hit the head pin, hit the 5 pin, and then covered the 6 and 10. You know, it's nice. You watch these young people compete, and they really, genuinely have fun. They enjoy it. There's been a north-south type trip and matches set up, and they really enjoy seeing each other. And without the bowling, not only don't they see each other, they never met. They wouldn't even know each other. And there's some long, lifelong friendships created from the ages of 10, 11, 12 years old when these, as children start traveling to their national championships and the various tournaments that are set up for them. So it's just a very healthy sport.
Yep, quite a life experience, meeting people from other areas, and traveling alone is terrific.
I was talking to a bowler who bowled in the senior pro-am as a pro, and he said, Joe, it was quite an experience. I said, in what way? He said the lady threw the ball and came back and said, do I have any pins standing? And he told her what pins, and she threw another ball. Said, did I get them? And at that particular time she did, but and she wasn't blind. She just couldn't see the full 60 feet apparently, and had as much fun as anyone else.
So Martha Cifolilli steps back in. First ball we saw her throw is a strike. Here's the second. Almost a strike. Leaves the 5 pin.
Almost identical. Pin come across and missed the number 5.
Martha's got a high game of 181, high set of 464, and bowls with a current average of 130.
And comes from a bowling family.
Yep.
Barry Egoff, telephone call. Barry Egoff.
She had her brother Nick win a open handicap, I believe, on TV we taped. And if you remember the finish, he threw a triple to tie and then threw a double to win. 29-20 as Martha missed the 1 pin spare and hit it for 10.
Yeah, brother Nick bowls on the Pro Tour now.
Mom and Dad both bowl. Brother bowls. Most of their bowling done out of White Oak Lanes, Silver Spring area.
Yep, as a matter of fact, it's
there it says
what
it.
her shirt says.
My good friend Ralph Curry.
He was up here watching the pro bowlers.
Yeah, he growled at me a few times. I said, okay, Ralph, I'll get it right. I never did.
Well, you had it right for a while.
Yeah, most of the day, but we went too many games, Mike. I'm geared for 8 now. 7 and 36 after 3 for Martha.
So Melissa Wright steps back in. open the first 2 frames, but with a 10 box in each. Okay.
Okay.
It's up 2.
5:10 remaining. Just got to get that first ball over the line, Mike. She laid it down that time. It sort of rolled out, and the head pin spit it away, and you saw the break. 4, 5, 7, 10. Nice 9. 36-29. Martha Cifolilli, 7-pin lead.
3 frames into this match, the first of 3 here on Duckpin Magic, featuring the girls bracket of the National Duckpin Youth Invitational Tournament. And in upcoming weeks, we've got the pros of the DPBA, the Men's Duckpin Pro Tour, and then we've got the Women's Duckpin Pro Tour, the WNDA. Their 1992 year-ending season tournaments. Should be exciting action, and we hope you stay tuned for that. Look for it in your local station.
Lots of bowling coming up.
So Melissa will have another chance here.
Once again, 2-7-8, very tough shot. Things sort of quieted down after Martha's strike in frame number 1, Mike.
Started out quick and haven't been able to sustain that kind of scoring, but Melissa picks up another 10.
She's only left the 1 pin, and that was frame 3 when she left 4, 5, 7, 8. I think Melissa's hit something with every ball that she's delivered. Martha, frame 4. The eyes concentrating on the spot. A little bit of pull. Got away with it.
Yep.
Left the number 8. Like to take advantage of this. Little nerves there as you see the girls sort of talking to one another. I sort of preach not to do that because you break your concentration. Let's see if she puts it back together. Shooting the number 8 for a spare.
Just let it by on the left side. Try to throw the 3rd ball and pick up 10 here. If she does, she'll maintain that 7-pin advantage.
Almost got a shot of those shoes. Looked like Mickey Mouse on there or something. We have to try that again.
Concentration.
You can tell she spot bowls.
Better first ball.
There it goes.
There are the results.
Okay, time for Melissa to whip the horse as we watch Martha throw the strike again. Watch the ball rev up. Hits its peak right at the impact, and there are the results. 7-8, tough break.
Yep. Approaching the midway point in this match. 2 marks so far, both belonging to Martha Cifolilli. 2 strikes in the 1st and the 5th. Melissa's still looking for the first mark.
Through the hole, 7-8. She'll try to pick up 1. .56 plus, 8-pin plus lead, and Melissa needs to make something happen. Here again, 48 in the 5th, and it really doesn't indicate how she's bowled. She's kept the ball in play, laid the 1 ball down, got a terrible split, had a good ball there, and left the 7-8. Let's see what happens. Frame 6. Can't trip that extra pin, Mike.
Yep.
6-7. Another tough shot. It's going to be a little disappointing at this point for Melissa, who's been bowling just super.
Obviously, with a 138 average, you've could have bowled pretty well, and just not been able to get untracked here.
Got a shot. Oh, tried to play the wall.
Yep, trying to bounce it off the right side and pick it up.
Go back and hit one, and she's been open for 6 frames.
Nope, she got it. One ball late, but she had the idea there as she picks up another 10.
Martha on a strike. Ball frame 6 and 7. Three-step approach.
Up there's Mickey, or Minnie, or both. On the shoelaces there.
Kind of cute.
She slid it by left.
We
The object pin.
We do tend to overshoot those, Mike. Have you stopped hitting the back 2 on 3-pinners? I mean, we've been talking about this for 3 years.
I don't even hit the wall, Joe.
You thought the wall was up there to stop your ball from leaving
That's
the
right.
building, right?
Figured I paid for it for that period of time. I might as well use it.
It's for pin action, Mike, not to stop your ball.
Figured I'm paying for that rubber mat, or at least renting it for the time being. I might as well use it.
Wear it out with the ball, right?
9-10 remaining.
Tough break. Another well-delivered ball. Shoot 1 and 1. Maintain a 17-pin lead. Melissa, once again, I tell you, Mike, if you stay under 20 with the format of head-to-head bowling being to bowl 2 frames at a time, you can turn things around in a hurry.
Put a double on the board, and all of a sudden things.
Any 2 marks, strike spare, 2 spares, and you get your opponent's attention is even bigger, of course, than the pins, is that you're serving notice that you're still in the game. And it's pretty easy to fall asleep thinking.
Yeah, we've seen it happen, too. We've seen it where all of a sudden somebody comes out of nowhere. 1987 Masters, where John Gorman was 45 pins behind and looked like he was completely out of the match. Came back and defeated Wes O'Donnell. It's one of those moments that'll forever remain in your own mind as you're sitting there watching it as Melissa picks up her first mark, and maybe that's all she needs to get going here. She's still in this match, certainly not out of it.
Big time. Matter of fact, if she counts in marks and Martha would open in the 8th, she could catch up just that quickly. So, big ball in the match right here, Mike. Well done.
Much out.
Key here, Mike, is to make sure you hit the front pin.
Okay, Melissa. She got it. Beautiful shot. 2 marks. And we just talked about that. Is all you have to do is put 2 marks back to back, and that's exactly what she did in the 7th and 8th frames. And now it's up to Martha Cifolilli to protect her lead.
Now all of a sudden, Martha, who's had pretty much things her way, is in a match. Good ball.
Nice shot.
Oh, that stopped the bleeding in a hurry, Mike.
Yeah, at a crucial time, too.
Pretty ball. Well, she has it revving up just at you can see the turns increasing as the ball heads down the lane, which tells you that she has the perfect snap for the speed of her ball. Let's get good concentration. You know, it almost like she stands there. She knows, whoop, a little quick. Got away with it. Probably would have rather that pin stayed up. 1-2-8. She stole the number 1, left the 2-8, which you many ways to make this, Mike. Again, you have to hit the front pin.
See what happens here.
Punch it through or catch it off of either wall. The only thing you don't want to do is just hit half of it like that. 104 to 86 plus. Martha with an 18-pin lead. Of course, Melissa working on a mark. And again, has the opportunity to bowl 2 frames, the 9th and 10th. And with 2 marks, can put Martha on the mark to win.
All right, let's see what happens. Melissa will be bowling on lane 36 here at Fairlanes Pikesville. It's outside Baltimore, Maryland.
Winner of this match will set out the game.
That's right, then come back and face the
We need
winner
a
of our
roll,
next
Mike.
match.
We need a roll.
Shipman and Amy Bisson, both of Connecticut.
Tough break. Mike, where do you shoot this? You gotta have it. She's 10 pins down with a frame to go.
Going to go after the 5?
Nice shot. Well, personally, I throw it at the hole in favor of the 4-pin, hoping to catch it off the wall. I guess the only other way to really shoot it and eliminate the luck factor is to try to tilt the 4 into the 5, or the 5 into the 2. Matter of fact, I said something yesterday to Kenny Palmer about shooting a hole. He had the 4-5. And he come back after he did it, and of course he didn't make it, and he said, Joe, when you shoot the hole, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to suck them pins in? The ball fits in the hole, Joe. I said, okay, Kenny. You proved your point. Of course, the way he throws it, I think he could suck them in, you know?
Yeah, well, he's bowled the last year and a half or so.
Oh.
It's been unbelievable. But we will certainly be able to talk about him a little bit later on, and some of the results of the Pro Tour.
Well, Martha Cifolilli will be our Southern representative in the final match. We have our North match coming up, as you mentioned, Amy Bisson, who is a veteran.
Yeah, she's seen Amy before on Duckpin Magic. She's also quite a bowler. Nice hand for Melissa Wright. Never did get it going during the course of the match. Put a couple of marks together late, but it was just not enough, as Martha Cifolilli will finish up here.
Well, I think the key to that match, Mike, was Martha's strike in the 8th frame.
Yep, just as Melissa's tried to get back into it. It was just enough to hold off the onslaught.
Yeah, sort of stopped low, you know, and took it back. Here she's shooting a single. She's already won the match. Number 9 pin. 113 through 9 frames. And a spare. 123 plus.
So Martha will finish up here, 1 ball. Count 6 more. And a 129-109 win for Martha Cifolilli over Melissa Wright. And we'll have match number 2 for you on Duckpin Magic coming up right after this. Our second match today features 2 Connecticut bowlers, Jiffy Shipman and Amy Bisson. Jiffy will bowl first. She's got a high game of 192, high set of 465, current average 124. And her opponent will be Amy Bisson, and we'll meet Amy as she gets up to bowl her first frame in just a moment or two.
There's Holiday Lanes on her shirt. She bowls in the Connecticut Travel League. Take a few balls to get the jitters.
Yeah, we may see a slow start here. We didn't give 2 bowlers all that much time to get themselves warmed up under the consideration for time and trying to get the show done here. But Jiffy is done, and Amy Bisson will step in. Amy, just 14 years of age, but she's carrying a 141 average.
There's why.
She's got a high game of 210, high set of 495. And she's a student at Plainville High School.
Talk about falling off a log. It makes it look very simple.
Yep. And of course, I remember Duckpin Magic a year or so ago. She took on her sister.
Sure did.
In the championships, or the semifinals, I guess. There's a strike. Well, spare strike for Amy Bisson to start off the match. Let's take a look.
Watch the stillness. See, right through. That's. Girls have come some 350 miles, Mike. Show you the love of this game, and
from my neck of the woods there in Connecticut.
Ooh, nice try. 5 pin remaining.
10 count for Jiffy Shipman. Winner here will face off against Martha Cifolilli in the championship match of this girls division of the National Duckpin Youth Invitational.
2, 4, 10, very makeable. Once again, you want to concentrate on hitting the number 2 pin. There's just so many ways to make shots nowadays, Mike, with the live action and the clean decks, clean lanes that you can hit it inside, outside, slide it. It's two close shots. I mean, fractions from having back-to-back spares.
So Amy will step in. I've only seen her throw 3 balls. I mean, she had a spare and a strike, and all of them were as impressive as the next one. This time through the middle a little bit. Takes a long approach
for a relatively count of steps here, but it's nice and smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4. She eats up a lot of approach for being what, probably 5'3". It'd take me all day to get there. Her foot grabbed that time.
Yeah.
Just a little pull.
She had a little problem with that during the warm-up. Stuck on something there.
I tell you, a lot of the newer style bowling shoes, Mike, or if you get a shot of this, Amy has on, it's like the sneaker. And there's a lot of surface touching the sliding surface. It's all, you don't have the heel where you have the raised part of the shoe not even touching the lane. And that type of shoe, everything's touching the lane. So
yep.
If you have,
she just stuck again. You can hear it actually squeaking as she's hitting something that.
Well, a lot of what takes place, Mike, this time of the year, and you have the weather we've had for 3 or 4 days, 100% humidity, and a temperature where the center doesn't need heat or air conditioning. So the outside relative humidity comes inside. We've had a big weekend with people coming in and out and the doors being open, so it's a tough situation.
Well, Jiffy Shipman drops 9, leaves the 10-pin standing, has a chance to pick up her first mark here.
Get back in the match.
Trailing by about 19 pins or so.
Nice lift. Nice ball. Well done. Tell you, Mike, one of the points that we can point out with the sticking is you start anticipating that. So you don't drive as hard, and then it becomes worse because you're not pushing.
Nice shot. Oh, tickle the 7, doesn't go down.
Nice 9 goes from one corner to the other, leaving the number 7 this time and cutting into the lead. It's Amy 53, Jiffy 44, shooting at a spare, 5th frame. Let's see if she pops this out on the lane like she did to 10. Nope, didn't get through it.
Looking for a 10 count. This time goes off to the left a little bit. And she'll sit down with a 53 after 5. So Amy Bisson back in.
Listen for the squeak. I didn't hear it that time.
No, it's not on the right side. I think it's only on the left side that she's having a problem, yeah. Spare opportunity here for Amy. She got it.
She did grab again that time, Mike. You can see that if you watch the foot, it's not a nice smooth slide. I tell you, when you're young and flexible, you can stay with it a little longer. And her approach is so smooth, and she gets that nice, see that left knee, that keeps you out of trouble. When you can lock that left knee, if you're up, you know what happens when I talk about leaning forward from the waist. Can you imagine sticking when you're leaning forward? You lose all control and balance. Nice 9 as she shoots a 6.
2 good frames that time for Amy as she gets up. Spare in the 5th and spare in the 6th. And here's Jiffy Shipman. Got some help, leaves the head pin.
The number 1. To get Amy back up, you might, in her young career, want to run through quite a few of her stepladder as she came through the divisions of the National Duckpin Youth Association. A spare for Jiffy.
Second one in the match for her. She still trails, however, by 20 pins.
Halfway through. Actually through 6 frames. Both bowlers with a spare in the 6th frame. Good ball. 5-9 and an 8 count.
Right on target.
2 spares in a row, 6th and 7th frame as she tries to keep herself in the game. You see Amy quickly ready.
You saw her stick that time. She's really having a problem with the approach here. And I wonder if it's not the shoe. We haven't seen Jiffy have a problem with that, and she's got an entirely different type of shoe.
Got a heel on it, yep. Well, and I tell you what happens, Mike. We slide the same place every time, and when you see the sticking, the rubber of the sole is actually coming off the lane. There she stopped dead, which she would much rather do than have the...
Yep. Should have grabbed and let loose and grab
sort of
again.
Intermittent type slide, right. Keeps that left knee bend in there, and you can make a lot of mistakes. There you saw it again, but she's staying with that ball. It's amazing.
Yeah, she's been able to adjust really well, and results show. As we take a look again, watch her foot.
A good lesson to all of us, Mike, is that when you have that type of problem, if you just stay with your game and stay smooth and stay set, you're going to ache when you get a little older. It's a little tough on the knee. But she's doing just what you have to do. And a lot of what's happening to her, the ball is out of her hand. She's staying still long enough to get through the ball, and then you're seeing that little skip, and she's far enough behind the line that it's not causing a foul. There you see a split and an 8 count. And Amy maintains a 20-pin lead and is working on a strike.
8 frames through the match. And the winner here will face off against Martha Cifolilli in our championship match, just moments away.
Two big frames.
Yeah, Jiffy's facing a couple of big frames, rolling out of the Holiday Lanes in Manchester, Connecticut.
She hasn't kicked an extra pin the whole game either, Mike. A couple of the splits she was close to breaking up. The head pin, even though it would have been called luck, was very near being a strike 2 frames ago.
Nope. Doesn't pick up the mark, and so she'll end up this frame open, trying to pick up a 10. Make it a 9, and 108 after 9. And in steps Amy Bisson, and we can talk about some of the marks in the checkpoints as she moved through the NDYA prep division. She had a high single of 179 and a high set of 440, high average of 113. She graduated to the Bantam division, where she set her mark at 491 of a high set and a high average of 127. And then she had a high average of 130 in the junior division. And of course, now she's...
Well, she's still in the junior division at 14,
yeah,
and that's
I was going to say
apparently is last year's average of 130, and now she's up to 141. And I tell you what, the young lady has just what I've watched is kind of amazing me, because if sometimes she really a la Swede Labor. Sometimes he'll back it up, sometimes he turns it over, and it just comes from good hand-eye coordination. And if you watch her, sometimes she turns it quite a bit, and other times the strike in frame 2, the ball actually backed up. Let's watch, see which way she decides to throw this one. Any way she wants to, right?
Threw it in the right spot, that's for sure.
169 plus and a
terrific
what a show.
Yeah, terrific show put on by Amy Bisson in this first match. She's got another one that she's got to bowl against Martha Cifolilli to win the championship. she's just 14. She has another 7 years of competition in the youth aged group.
She's one of those. She's one of those 14-year-olds that's been around for 20 years. You know.
Terrific finish and great game. 178 for Amy Bisson.
8 marks.
That's been sort of Jiffy's whole game here. She's been close, but never had an opportunity to kick out an extra pin to put herself in a situation to challenge Amy. And of course, with the big finish, it would have been tough to do anyway.
One game head-to-head, you start wondering, what have I done to deserve this? You know.
So she'll finish up here, but it's Amy Bisson who moves on to face Martha Cifolilli on Duckpin Magic. 178-118 win for Amy Bisson, and we'll be back with more Duckpin Magic right after this. Our championship match featuring Amy Bisson and Martha Cifolilli. Amy will bowl first, coming off that impressive 178-118 win. Just 14 years of age. And if you're just joining us, she's carrying a 141 average, 210 high game, 495 high set.
See that?
Yep.
What I was directing that comment at was how she'll turn that second ball. I mean, it's look.
That time, yeah, that time she actually gave it a little backup. Yeah, you're right.
Very impressive.
Last second adjustment.
Well, you know, Mike, when you get the ball by your left ankle and it's still in your hand, you can do just about anything you want with it. It's when we try to do it too soon that we mess the ball. Ooh.
I think she's more embarrassed than she is.
Did she stay behind the line?
Don't think so, but
I don't know. Apparently she did.
Yeah, she's running into the same spot that Amy ran into, and that's what caused her to.
Well, they both have same type shoe.
Yep.
It's the sneaker type shoe, and you hear the screech. Not a 9. See? She got back that time. More wrist injuries than anything else.
Trying to break your fall as you head down. Yep.
It's an automatic reaction. You just throw your hands out and nice ball.
Yep.
Amazing recovery.
Nice recovery as she's opened the first frame, a little tumble, and she comes back with the mark in the second frame.
Oddly enough, Mike, Martha declined practice.
Is that right?
She didn't throw any practice balls. Slid to the right a little bit.
Tell you, I believe she pretty much knows when she releases the ball what she's done right or wrong. She has a pretty good feel for what's going on at the line. So right now, Martha holding a 1-pin plus advantage with the mark in the second frame. Amy opened the first 2. Better ball there for her. She's got an opportunity for a mark right here.
Just both girls have just a beautiful stroke. If you watch the arm, it's nice and smooth. The speed increases as the arm comes through. No jerky motion.
And she's stuck good again.
But she stays with that ball, Mike. If you watch, it's no panic. Let's just stay with it. The key to her game really is that she keeps that knee locked so well when she gets in that sitting release position. Martha on a count, frame 2. Good ball.
Wow. And that's the lane that she fell on too. She stayed with it.
She doesn't want to throw too many balls on that lane. See, again, the nice knee bend. I mean,
130 average for Martha Cifolilli, and Martha's only 17, so she's a few more years left in the youth
an
bowling.
old lady next to Amy, right?
181 high game, 464 set. shot.
Oh, it hit it.
Yep. Tapped it on the way by.
Let's see if she stays down with it. See, just that little.
Just a touch. Yep.
That's a tough spare to make, Mike. You really are standing there knowing that you should have had a double. Shooting at probably the toughest pin for a right-handed bowler anyway, and then to have the tight approach like that, and it's in her head as we saw her go down in frame one. You get a little cautious.
All right, let's see what Amy does here. Through the middle just a bit.
Tough time for that. 17-pin lead for Martha with the spare strike. And of course, Amy, 3 count on the spare. Might will work the wood. I tell you, she drives that ball well. When you can hit that, we call it the bevo, with the 3, 6, 9, 10, and push that ball through, the ball actually hit the 9, and she was in the 3, 6 pocket.
What do we call that again?
We call it the bevo down here. I don't know where it came from. Maybe somebody will call us up and let us know. But 40 years I've heard it called that. The Northerners look at us a little strange.
Well, that's. I wonder who the we was that we were talking. We called that. Okay, here's Amy.
1, 3, 6, waiting for a ball to come back. Shoot this spare. This is time for her to get going. She's 18 pins down. Martha's throwing the ball very well. Look out. Pick.
A little upset with herself at this point. Let's see if she can get some composure. She does. Picks up the 10. She knew that was big in the match, too.
Bowling head to head, and even though she's only 14 years old, she has a lot of experience doing this. You just don't like to bowl 2 frames and open both of them. It helps your opponent too much. 8 and 1, 4.
Midway through the match now. She got it. She really made a nice comeback from that first frame. She took a tumble because that's the lane that she went down on.
In her best lane, strike spare. After the first frame on lane 36 here at Fairlanes, Pikesville. Ooh, good ball, the 10-pin once again on lane 35.
Yep. See if
20.
she stays down on it this time and can pick it up. Last time she came up just a little bit and slid past the pin on the left side.
Make sure you get the ball out on the lane, Mike, under these conditions.
Did it. There you go. Got it right on the nose
Right on the
that time.
button. 27-pin lead and a mark in the 6th frame. So Amy knows she has a little chore in front of her the last 5 frames.
Second ball coming up for Amy. Nice shot.
Now we'll see what that does for someone.
I was going to say it might lift her spirits a bit. She's not going to wait too long. We're going to take a look at this. We'll miss the first shot on the other side. There you see the
Getting
results.
a little quick, Mike.
Yeah.
She's gotten a little quick. Not quite. It's a big ball for her. Once again, she picked the front one off.
That's exactly what she did a frame or 2 ago. All right, so Amy will sit down. 75 after 7. Martha drying her hands off, getting ready to bowl her portion of the 7th. And a good ball. This time leaves the 7-pin standing.
Had herself in a pretty good groove, Mike. Since the little fall she took in frame one, she's going spare, strike, then missed a single, spare, spare, and everything being nines.
Yep, right now leading it by 29 pins.
They just couldn't stay long enough. It's couldn't get through the ball. All those things are racing through your head. You know, stay in position, lift the ball, and all of a sudden you get that added little jerk in your delivery from the foot grabbing.
Yeah, just did it that time, though.
31 pin lead, Mike, after 7. 3 frames remaining in our U.S. Invitational, Youth Invitational, I should say.
Of course, last week, if you weren't with us, you missed a fine performance. Danny Schreiber won the boys bracket.
5, 6, 10 remaining for Martha.
This week, Martha and Amy are trying to determine who's going to win the girls bracket of the tournament. And after the match is over, of course, we'll be back to make the presentations to both our bowlers. 116 after 8 for Martha Cifolilli. And Amy steps in. Need some support from the crowd. There's a shot.
Don't count her out, Mike.
No. See what happens on lane 35. Here we see another look at this strike on lane 36.
When she gets low, you see her almost had her fingernails on the floor. That's where the power comes from, not the speed. It's getting down, under, and up through the ball. Wait for that first ball to come back. Bowling with the new Paramount Cyclone for a first ball, and I believe, I'm not sure, it looked like a couple of scorpions, you know, comets.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like a comet swirl there.
Still in the match, Mike. 1-2 for a spare. Well, you know, that came from picking the front one off a couple times and a little bit of over adjustment.
Okay, 104 for Amy after 9, and Martha Cifolilli will step back in.
Martha needs a total of 19 for her 9th and 10th frame, which can be done without a mark to close Amy out. Amy can go triple in the 10th, 134. Martha 116 through 8.
Well, good way to do it. Oh, she's been terrific on lane 36 since she took that tumble on the first ball.
Yep, the only thing that went wrong for her, she missed the 7 pin, I believe, right? And that,
Yep. Well, she's looking to close it out and claim the victory.
Five pins will do it.
Match. Yep. Well, she's still counting on the strike.
I would venture that this ball will be to the right side of the number 1 pin.
Wants to add as much as possible to the count.
Needs 3 pins on this ball to lock it up. That's what you got.
Yep.
5 is 131, and the 5 is 136.
She has this ball yet to roll.
We have a youth invitational champion. 8 on, 139.
So Amy will be up to finish out here. Could be pleased with her performance. Obviously, would like to have had
I would think just
a couple of balls back here in this match.
Well, just wasn't fortunate enough to string anything, Mike. She had 3 marks, but there was an open on both sides of all 3 of them. Had the hanger. The first mark, she pushed it through the middle, and she left a split on her second mark, and again on the strike. So it just 10 frames go by quickly when those things are happening to you.
Last ball of the match. There it is, and that is it. Martha Cifolilli wins over Amy Bisson, 139-114. We'll be back with our presentations and to meet the champion right after this. Welcome back to Fairlanes Pikesville here in Baltimore. We've got our runner-up and our champion, and Joe's got a presentation.
Amy, congratulations. You're second place, and the first game was just a pleasure watching. The second game, you run into a stumble here, and it sort of got her started, didn't it?
All right, and our champion now, Martha Cifolilli.
Well, Martha, after that first ball, did you think this was going to be?
I guess not.
I guess not.
All right, thanks, Martha. Thanks, Amy. Congratulations. Stay right here with us. For Joe Rainier, I'm Mike Seller. Thanks for joining us in Duckpin Magic. We'll see you again, everybody, next time.